right, 25 minutes before 8 o'clock, a little bit overcast here in Ocala, and we're not complaining too much. The rain looks like it's about to hit, and it'll be short-lived. So, and then after that, some cool temperatures for the next day and a half or so, and then we're back to Florida. Just in time for spring break, Robin, just in time for spring break. All right, let's see. We want to talk about the news, and the phone lines are open if you want to call in. The number is 622-9622. All right, so today is Fat Tuesday.
Yes, it is.
Also known as Shrove Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
Of course, known as Mardi Gras, which is the same thing as Fat Tuesday. That's just the French version, right?
Yes, and that's something I never knew.
And Shrove Tuesday is a Christian thing, right?
Uh-huh.
I think. What does it mean, do you know?
I don't know.
It's also Pancake Tuesday.
Oh.
And it's also, oh my gosh, Pashki Day. Pashki.
Pashki Day.
All right, let me learn how to say this word again. I just have a hard time with this one. How do you say this word again? Do I have this lady on here?
And the reason why we celebrate Fat Tuesday or Pashki Day is because everybody has to use up their eggs and their lard before Lent starts.
Okay, Pashki Day.
They have to use up their eggs? Is it eggs or is it eggs?
I think she meant eggs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's
so
a Chicago accent, Robin. Proposed in the Florida state. Hey, that's me.
Oh, there you are.
What is that supposed to be? Okay.
I would say like Podski.
No, you're wrong.
Hazeki.
Does anyone know? Do you know what this is, Robin? A punchki?
I don't know. I just saw it on the news last night, and it looks
It's like a donut.
Yeah. It looks like a donut, but it looks like it's been crossed and crossed. You know, the dough has been crossed over, and then it poofs up like a flour.
Oh. Okay.
That's what it looked like to me.
Punchki is many, one ponchak. And you do not say punchkis or punchki, but it's ponchki.
Oh, punchki is more than one.
And the reason why we...
so punchki is the plural of whatever that is, right?
Ponchki, so it's...
What did you say the singular was? Ponchka? I don't know. Anybody
Ponchka.
Polish can tell us? I don't know.
Yeah, my mother-in-law, before she passed, was Polish, and she made all those Polish dishes.
How many years have we been reporting on Mardi Gras, every single Mardi Gras?
Yeah.
And that word never came up. There's always something that you think is new, and it turns out it's been around forever.
Exactly. Exactly. So I have to find a bakery here in town and call them up and see if they have any, so we can get some for today.
So anyway, so today's the day you eat like there's no tomorrow, and then tomorrow you hold back on something. You dedicate yourself to denying yourself something until Easter, right?
Yeah.
And what would you deny yourself?
Oh, Hershey bar, because I can't stand it. I love them.
So you can do that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have low willpower. I don't know. I have to think about it. Are you going to have you been thinking about anything?
Yeah, but I'm like you. I'm just, I don't know. I'm afraid to say anything because I know that I like to be a man of my word, you know?
Yeah.
So if I say I'm not going to eat something till Easter, gosh, I better not, because I don't want to say, you know what I mean? That's kind of the way I've always been.
I don't either. I've been very private about things like that. If I decide to do something, I just go ahead and do it and don't announce it to the world.
No, but you should announce it to the world. Because if you break your own vow to yourself, that's one thing. Yeah. But if other people know about it.
That's right. Then you hide things. So.
All right, let's see. Today is the first day of the Florida legislative session, and that means Governor Ron DeSantis will deliver his first State of the State address, and then our legislators get to work. Anybody want to know some of the main things they're going to be looking at?
Yeah, there were two legislators assistants that called last week to come on, and I left them both messages. I called them back, left a couple of more voicemails, and they didn't call back to come on. So I guess it wasn't that important.
Well,
the elected officials, I mean, they're in office already, so, you know. Why should they keep their promise of coming on the air?
Hey, before we do that, let's talk about the former mayor of Ocala.
Okay.
71-year-old Craig Curry was the mayor of Ocala 1987 through 1989. Do you remember Mr. Curry?
I don't, and I was here, and I'm ashamed to say I do not recall that name or him at all. I was heavily involved with everything here.
Do you remember the name Wayne Rubinus?
Rubinus?
Yeah, do you remember Wayne?
I remember that. I remember the name, yes.
I remember him.
Do.
So he was the mayor.
Yeah.
And then he stepped down, and Craig Curry was on the city council, and he took over as mayor for 2 years.
Yeah, I'm really ashamed to say I just have not been.
So anyway,
I'm just not familiar. I thought I was familiar with all of the mayors.
but now he's running for county commissioner, and so he wants the spot that David Moore is now in.
Okay.
Okay, now do you know all of this, or should I tell you?
I don't know all of this. And where's David going?
Well, David wants to step down because he wants to become the next property appraiser for Marion County.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what he's been talking to Joe about advertising that campaign, right?
Okay.
And the reason he's doing that is because Villie Smith, who is the current property appraiser, is going to step down. I don't know what he's going to do.
Oh, Villie is stepping down.
Villie's stepping down. David wants his job, and
where he's
now
going.
I don't know, and Craig Curry wants David's job.
Okay.
Just so you know. Mr. Curry is not the only one wanting David's job. So does Ocala City Councilman Justin Grable. Am I saying Justin's name right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the shuffling of the diplomats. The diplomat shuffle, Robin.
Okay.
You know how it sounds, don't you? You know how the diplomat shuffle sounds?
No.
It sounds like this.
Alrighty then. I like it. They should, adopt this as their theme song. It's a lot of fun. It shows they have a sense of humor, but they can get the job done. This is so cool.
Yeah. So anyway, how much do you think a county commissioner earns per year?
$80,000.
You are so close, yes.
Plus expenses.
$83,855 a year.
Yep. Plus expenses.
That's a nice salary right there.
It is a nice salary. Very nice salary. The roads are still bad in Marion County.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Come on. What's the matter with you people?
Yes.
You can't just figure it out. Just drive around. You'll bump into some holes here and there.
Exactly.
Just drive around. Just take a road you don't normally take. There you go. Oh, I got to write that one down. That's what I would do.
That's right.
Take my red. I'd have some graffiti paint. Put a little red X or red circle around the hole, and then write it down and tell all the guys who fix those holes. Hey, can you do this and go fix it? I'll make it up to you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll give you a little special something for Mardi Gras.
That's right.
Maybe a Cadbury egg.
Or a Crunchkey or a Crumpkey.
This would be a bad time right now to give up Cadbury eggs.
I
know. If you say, for Lent, I'm going to give up, and you say Cadbury eggs, and every time you go to the store, you're going to say, oh, why did I do that?
Yeah. Yeah, there's always a room in my budget for a Cadbury egg, let me tell you.
All right, so here are the legislative issues that our Tallahassee elected officials are going to be looking at. They're going to be looking at the budget, of course. Governor Ron DeSantis, has proposed a $91.3 billion budget for the fiscal year that starts July 1st. He hopes to increase money for education. He hopes to increase money for water quality projects. And he wants to trim your taxes. But the DeSantis proposal is only a starting point for lawmakers who will have their own priorities for state funding. Lawmakers also will grapple with recovery costs from Hurricane Michael. I'll get to that in just a minute. Let's see. Our legislators will also be looking at environmental issues. As you know, the algae and the red tide last year in the waterways, especially down near Lake Okeechobee and the coast off of Naples, etc. So Ron DeSantis has proposed a $625 million package that addresses the Everglades restoration projects and some other water-related issues. Lawmakers also are pushing bills that would deal with problems such as cleaning up the Indian River Lagoon. And I think some of the money is even earmarked for the Silver and Rainbow Rivers here in our community. Mm-hmm. Probably not much, but I think part of it, I think they are mentioning those two. Our local legislators are making sure that we're not left out of that loop. So thank you.
Thank you very much for that.
Our elected officials in Tallahassee will also be looking at the state of your health care, the way we deal with health care, and not so much the money part of it, although that's usually the only thing they have control over. Mm-hmm. The House is targeting a variety of issues, such as certificate of need. Not so sure what that is.
No, me neither.
It helps determine whether hospitals and other types of facilities can be built. So it has nothing to do with your need for medical attention. It's the need for a building to be built so that there's a new hospital here, there, and wherever one is needed, possibly including the veterans. I think it would be a nursing home, wouldn't it, over by Top of the World?
Yeah. Assisted living with skilled nursing in it.
And
yes.
I believe
and independent living.
Stan McLean filed that bill back in November or something.
Yeah, it's all set to go, so...
Yeah, his bill, Stan McLean's bill, here it is. He's asking for $2.2 million to fund the project. I believe that I think Dennis Baxley is also helping with that.
Yeah, because the site, everything's been done with the site measurements and all of that stuff and the feasibility study. So all that has to be done now is to build a building. We don't have to have all that extra expense now because that's all been done.
Another thing our state legislators will be looking at is what to do for the folks who are still hurting after Hurricane Michael up in the Panhandle. There's a lawmaker by the name Galvano. Who is Galvano? I can't remember. But anyway, he said the state has already spent $1.13 billion responding to Hurricane Michael. The total could go as high as $2.7 billion. The federal government is expected to reimburse many of those costs. But, you're a member or you're a citizen of the United States. You're a resident of the state of Florida. In both cases, you're paying taxes.
Yes.
So when they say the country, it's your money. No matter what they say, it's your money. When the government is paying money, it's taxpayer money.
Yeah, it is.
Not that I'm opposed to that all the time, but I just don't like it when it makes it seem like the government has money. The government has no money. It's your money. They take your money. There was a legislator who wants to raise the tax. This is not in Florida. I can't remember where this is, but it's 45 cents tax added to a gallon of gasoline. Can you imagine that?
Oh my gosh.
45 cents.
Wow.
15 cents on October 1st, and then 15 cents another 6 months later, and then another 15 cents on the next October 1st. So that would be 45 cents added to the gasoline. I can't remember what state this was in. It might have been New Jersey. But the point is, the point I'm trying to make is that an elected official will say, here's how we're going to solve our problems. Well, what problem does that solve other than the fact that you're making it more expensive for the average man and woman to drive their cars?
Exactly.
So that money, where does that 45 cents a gallon go? Where does that money go? How does that money help whatever cause you're trying to help? Does it you know where it goes. It goes to their $85,000 a year paychecks.
Exactly.
And I'm sure it's higher than that in those other states. But anyway.
Exactly.
Our legislators will also be looking at insurance in this state, personal insurance as well as business insurance. Let's see. Policy holders signing over benefits to contractors is one of the issues. Insurers argue that abuse and litigation are driving up property insurance rates. So that's all part of the things that they'll be debating. They got 60 days to do all this. Why do they make it so short?
Yeah, how come they don't? How come
Isn't
they're
that
not
the
there?
craziest thing?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody else works, and gets 2 weeks vacation. How come they only work 2 months and then they get all the rest of the time off and then come back another 2 months?
Ron DeSantis, the governor, wants the lawmakers to end a ban on smoking medical marijuana. So he says if you want to smoke it, you should be able to smoke it. It's got to have a medicinal purpose.
Well, sure.
Wink, wink. Good luck on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Why don't you just legalize it? Why don't you just say, if a doctor wants to prescribe aloe, it's a plant, right?
Yes.
But you don't have to pay a fortune to go get it.
That's
right.
right.
You can go get it in the garden. You got it outside your door, right? Mm-hmm. So if a doctor prescribes marijuana for your health needs, right?
Yeah.
And he says, you're not so serious that you need some kind of a process to marijuana. You can just smoke it. Mm-hmm. You should be able to.
Sure.
don't
You should.
drive. You shouldn't drive. I mean, if a doctor says you'd better take a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if a doctor says that's what you should do, then I don't know. I mean, that's kind of hard. That's a hard one to swallow right there.
Well, you go to the pharmacy and you get your prescription filled, and the pharmacist will tell you, now look here
Don't
on
drive.
the bottle, it says don't drive. These
Right.
may cause drowsiness.
Correct.
Don't take with alcohol. So come on, everybody's got to be a grown up here. This is ridiculous. It's not like you're 10 years old playing
You're
on
getting
the
too serious.
playground.
You're getting. I just heard that tone of voice. You can hold on. I gotta cheer you up a little bit.
All right.
There you go. It's Mardi Gras. You got a king cake waiting for everybody out there.
I know. How's my popping sound?
What?
How does my popping sound? Did Joe? I think Joe did a good job because I don't hear any pops in my headset.
I think you're right.
On my
I think
microphone.
the new windscreen is working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. This is great. I love it.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's ugly,
Okay.
but it's nice. It's working.
I know. It's artsy looking.
Oh, it's artsy.
Yeah, it's not ugly.
You should
It's
hang things
artsy
from it.
looking.
Hang some
I
beads
like
from it.
Joe's got some. He's coming in with a whole ton of Mardi Gras beads.
Let's see. Our legislators in Tallahassee, beginning today, will also consider school choices. Let's see. This is the creation of a voucher-type program that would be directly funded with tax dollars. The House has long supported such programs. This is something that, as you might remember, Governor Jeb Bush had started. Here's my problem with the vouchers. There's good and bad and everything, and I understand the good part, but here's the bad part. I just want to point out the bad part of the vouchers. Yes. I am not an enemy of Mr. Bush nor of Mr. DeSantis, but I think we should all talk about the things that have come to mind. Here's what comes to mind with the vouchers. Because the schools are graded, and that grade determines how much money they will get. Am I correct so far?
Yes.
Okay. That's the part that should be changed. Here's why I say that. Because a voucher should only be used if it's a parent's decision in the conclusion that my child would be better educated at Forest or at Blessed Trinity or at wherever. Mm-hmm. If you as a parent say my child would be better off at, and you name the school, I guess by saying Forest that doesn't make sense, but a private school. Right?
Mm-hmm. Like St. John Lutheran Church.
Right, okay.
School.
My child would be better off over there. Let me apply for a voucher and get my child moved over there. You should be allowed to do that simply because you feel it would be best for your child, and you can show that you can't afford the payments. Now, I'm basically sounding very liberal by saying that because basically I'm saying that taxpayers should be paying for your child's education. Mm-hmm. So that kind of goes, I have some issues with my own statement there. But what I'm trying to get at is this. Since going back to the schools being graded, going back to the schools getting money based on their grade, a school can say, the reason we have a low grade is because we've got 10 kids that get constant Fs, constant zeros. Let's get vouchers for these 10 kids and put them into some private schools. Now, those 10 kids are removed from the population of the school, and suddenly the grade for the school goes up. Has anything changed in the school at all? No. Mm-hmm. But the students who are getting the zeros are no longer there.
Yeah.
And the grade goes up, and then they get more money from the government. Mm-hmm. Well, why don't we just stop doing that nonsense and just say, okay, the students are who get the grades, not the schools.
Yes.
I know everybody's going to argue with this. No, Larry, you got to have a grade for schools. Well, when did we start doing this? I don't remember. We didn't need that when we were kids.
No.
The schools, the children, if your children aren't doing well, you as a parent should be able to say, this school just doesn't do it right. Mm-hmm. If you as a parent say it doesn't do it right, then you should be able to take your child and move them anywhere else.
Exactly.
Another public school, but then the transportation becomes an issue, and that would be up to you.
That's right. The parent needs responsibility.
But I think that's the whole problem I have with vouchers. Mm-hmm. Good morning. You're on the air.
Morning, guys.
Hey, Hugh.
Say, with medical marijuana, why can't that be taken in different forms other than smoking? Like, don't they put marijuana in brownies and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if the brownie prescription is in the list, but they do have pills and oils.
Yeah, you think they would come up with something like a pill or something other than smoking?
They do
to get that the medical marijuana in your system.
No, they do, Hugh. They do allow that. It's the smoking of it that the governor wants. He wants. I believe the oil and the pills are both already approved by the state of Florida, but smokable medical marijuana is still not allowed, and he wants that to be changed.
Well, that don't make any sense because smoking is not healthy. You know,
that's what I say. I'm with you. Oh, I'm with you. But I'm not a doctor.
Is it going to come about where if you let's say you got a little card in your wallet that says that you're taking medical marijuana and you could smoke in the library or you could smoke in the airport or wherever? Maybe that's going to happen.
Oh, I hope not. Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm with you. I think smoking is unhealthy, but at the same time, if a doctor tells you, hey, if you want to, here's the extreme case, Hugh. Like this was the case for that guy's brother, right? The attorney who's really pushing for this.
Yes.
What's his name again? The guy who's up all night long.
Oh yeah, I can't remember his name.
But anyway, yeah, he Grover and Grover or Goober and Goober. What's it?
Bagan and Bagan. I can't remember his name.
But anyway, I think his brother or something. Not to be silly about a serious thing. I think he was dying of cancer, and smoking marijuana helped him. So if a doctor tells you, you know, I know you're dying, but at least you'll be relieved of the pain a little bit by smoking a joint.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Makes sense to me.
Well, are they saying then that the smoking of marijuana is the strongest form that will help you, not by eating it or taking a pill or something?
That I don't know the answer to. I think what they're trying to say is that if a doctor says smoking it is... Look, if you're dying on a bed and you just want to be out of pain and smoking marijuana can help you, you should be allowed to do that. I think that's what they're trying to say.
Yeah. Well, it's been very controversial, and we'll see what happens. I'm kind of against this. I'm not against marijuana for medical reasons, but I don't like the idea of it smoking. You know, it just I went through quit smoking twice, and I'm so glad I did. And I lost a family member to lung cancer, and it just smoking to me is bad. I don't care no matter what.
Right? No, I don't disagree, but I don't think there should be a law against it. I don't think the government should be telling me not to puff on something. I think that's my decision. Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Hugh. It's kind of like the helmet law, you know.
Yeah.
I think a helmet is probably the best thing you should do if you're driving a motorcycle. I know a lot of you don't like helmets, so I'm not saying the law should say that you must wear a helmet. I'm saying I think you probably should. But I don't think the law should dictate that you must.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel this way about a lot of stuff. I think it puts me into a category called libertarian sometimes, some of my thoughts on things, but, you know.
And there is a medical marijuana plant up in Gainesville. I know people that work there, and they do manufacture for the pills and the liquids. So it's
all right, let's see. What else is in the news? Conversion therapy, which is... I guess, psychological therapy that takes somebody who feels they are gay and tries to make them not gay. So that could soon be illegal.
That's part of the legislative issues?
Yes.
Oh, my.
The treatment is already illegal in 20 cities and counties in Florida, but Florida House District 47 State Representative Anna Escamani is co-sponsoring a bill that would make the treatment illegal to administer to anyone under 18.
Oh.
So there you go.
Wow, that's stepping on toes. The private population.
Yep. Liberty Counsel, by the way, opposes her proposal. And there you go. And today is Mardi Gras.
Yes, it is.
Fat Tuesday. We are, a short drive away from Universal Studios, and apparently they've been having a Mardi Gras since like a month ago. But today is their big day.
Wow.
They say you are welcome. We want to party with you. They do serve alcoholic beverages, but they say you cannot flash for beads.
Oh, darn.
If you want to
help me out.
They don't even want you to do that in New Orleans, from what I understand. All right, we will be right back with Galen. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The sun's up on a cold morning in Alabama where there's a search going on for anybody missing in homes destroyed by Sunday's tornado there. As of now, there are 23 deaths confirmed. A lot of people need a new place to live. Ernestine Reese says she's just happy to be alive.
Tell God thank you. Tell God thank you.
There are stories of people huddling in bathtubs while their homes were torn from their foundations. The Senate has the votes to pass a resolution against President Trump's emergency declaration to fund a border wall. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell acknowledges it's going to pass. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul is the fourth Republican publicly saying that he is against the president on this one.
I think there's a very good chance that the Supreme Court will strike this down.
Votes